firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromenlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com/events.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Are you struggling with cognitive decline, post-COVID brain fog, ADHD, concussion, tremors from Parkinson's, mental health issues, or simply striving to optimize your brain's potential? Hypercharge Wellness Brain Health specifically offers cutting-edge modalities, including quantitative EEG, transcranial laser, red light therapy, all which work holistically, amplifying focus and cognitive functions. Utilizing these modalities in tandem enhances neural activities, optimizes the brain's electrical patterns, reduces anxiety, and enhances relaxation, ensuring a comprehensive approach to brain health optimization. All are invited to experience this life-changing journey towards achieving optimal cognitive and emotional well-being. Call or schedule online your free Hypercharge Wellness introductory session valued at $200 today. This is your opportunity to feel the difference for yourself. No matter where you are in the Twin Cities, there's a convenient location near you. Visit hyperchargeclinic.com now. Check out our 5-star reviews on our website. That's hyperchargeclinic.com. Hypercharge is hope.
Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 7, then clearing skies on Tuesday with a high of 18. 2025 is here, and so are the AM 950 calendars as a thank you to those who have become members of AM 950. The calendars feature the photography of Matt McNeil and important progressive dates. Head over to am950radio.com to see how you can get yours.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies are trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more regressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Chujunk, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
Yes, you are right, Dega. This portion of the show is supported by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hey, I just got to give us a shout out here. We are now beginning our 9th season here as Native Roots Radio, and we started out an hour show, and then we went 2 hours, and then the last 5 or 6 years, I can't remember, we've been 5 days a week, and we can only do that with the support of our listeners and our advertisers, but also our guests. And, we have our longstanding guest today, Dr. Stately, coming on in just a bit. And we just appreciate, it wouldn't be a show without them, Haley.
Oh, no. And especially like a lot of our guests come on from different community organizations across our indigenous urban population here. And we wouldn't be able to have those guests if the great work wasn't being done in our community. So thank you to everyone in the community just doing the great work and taking care of each other.
Absolutely. Hey, why don't we get Dr. Stately on? And he's president and executive officer at Native American Community Clinic here in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis. And Happy New Year, Dr. Stately. We're starting out with Dr. Stately on mute, so that's not a good thing here.
It's been a while since we've done this.
Are you there?
Oh, yeah. How are you? Yeah, I'm a little bit rusty around these parts here.
Yeah. Well, we are too. We're just faking it right now.
Yeah, it's been a year since we've been on. Truly. Yeah.
We took 2 weeks off, and because the holidays were in the middle, and we have 8 years worth of shows to do best of, and Haley popped up some really good ones. And
wow. I know I was on vacation. I should have been listening to him every single day. It would have been a great time for me to like catch up on all the old shows I hadn't seen. So,
yeah. Well, you're in a lot of them.
Yeah.
We wrangled 2 years ago after begging you when we went 5 days a week. You've been patient with us and also on our show and giving us great information. And I mean, when you were first on, we were right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, gosh, that seems like light years ago, doesn't it? Gosh,
yeah,
it's crazy making. So yeah, I think I've been on since like early 2021, right? So
yeah,
4 years.
definitely. Yeah.
Well,
that was
a lot of fun though. Those early days were fun.
Yeah, we seem to have it down now, and Haley's been with us now. Haley, this is what you've been with us for a year and a half now.
Has it? I thought I did my 2-year mark. Maybe not.
That's what I feel like. She's been here for a while.
A couple years at least.
Yeah,
at least a couple years.
Obviously.
Yeah, gosh. You got to get that brain checked, dude. That's just
well, I got the hearing check.
Okay, good.
Things weren't too swell, so I had to get hearing aids.
Wow.
So yeah,
Really?
63, and just I was a young man when I started this radio show. Relatively speaking. Oh, easy, Haley.
Yeah.
Younger.
Before we get into
emphasis on the ger.
Before we get into what's happened the last couple of weeks, I want to give your nephew a big shout out.
My nephew Ruben. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see the Facebook post? It was really quite remarkable, actually. I think I got.
Tell our listening audience we're talking in code right now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So my nephew Ruben, who a lot of people I think in Indian country, both here locally in the Twin Cities, but also across Turtle Island, know him as the rap artist Keto, right? So he's been a rap artist for quite some time now and kind of building him a name for himself then for several years now. He's just like, I love this man because he's not just because he's my nephew. Like, of course I love him. I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but like I just remembered this because the other day I was driving to work after I went to his graduation ceremony and I spent the day with him and the rest of our family, my 2 brothers and his mother and my sister Ramona, and then his girlfriend and Connie and her parents were there, and it was just a really wonderful thing. He graduated from the fire academy and took his oath of office on Friday, the 3rd of January. So, and I had this moment where I was just driving back from his graduation, and I got so overwhelmed from just my pride and my, it's just he's an amazing human being, and I don't say that just because he's my nephew. I say it because like this young man does every single thing he says he's going to do. When he says I'm going to do this, he does it. He finds a way to do it. He got a full ride. He graduated from Breck 6 years ago or 5 years ago. He graduated from Breck, was a lifer there. He got a full ride Act 6 scholarship to go to Augsburg College. Attended college through the COVID pandemic lots of times. I remember having a conversation with him telling me how much he was struggling with that, and he was thinking about giving it up and taking a break. And I was just like, no, stay with it. You can do this. And his mother, of course, supporting him as well. And every single thing he says he's going to do, he does. It's just like, so when he told me he wanted to become a firefighter, I was like, wow, that's new. And and he also told me the story about how he decided to do that. He had gone on a ride along with some friends of his. One of his friends is a good friend and brother, a spiritual brother of his. Johnny Crow is a firefighter and from Minneapolis as well. And they were on a ride along, and he responded to a call on that ride along to help save one of our relatives in our community from overdosing. And he said that experience of doing that with was transformative for him. He left that day with the desire and the commitment to become a firefighter and to help our community and work in our community. And so I'm really super deeply proud of him. Not just because he's an amazing young, not just because he's my nephew, but because it is just refreshing to see somebody of his age, just commit to something and follow through and do it. And he stuns me every single time. When I think there's nothing more he can do to surprise me, he always does something to surprise me and amaze me. So yeah.
It was really cool too. I was checking out the pictures, and I forget this because he pulls his hair back, but the fire department's allowed him to keep his very long ponytail, which is his braid, which is really cool.
Yeah. He's able to keep his braid. He's just an amazing young man. It's like, he's a Dakota speaker. He's ceremonial man. He does all these really amazing things, and he's such an inspiration to me. It's like, he gives me a lot of pride, but he also gives me so much support also in the work that I do, right? So we've had some really great conversations in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought that up. That's a huge deal in the community, and what a great story that made him do that, because he's been doing it, like you said, since I've known him. He was a rapper. He came to our school and rapped, and the kids loved him. He did jewelry. He was in college. So
he's an inspiration to his younger cousins too, who are looking to try to also do some of the same things, like the Henry boys. My nephew Robert, I think, is thinking about becoming a firefighter as well. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and we're back. Year 9 with Dr. Stately. We'll be right back after this short break.
If the statistics say that 1 in 3 Native women and 1 in 6 Native men have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, it means our whole community is affected by sexual violence. 1 is too many. Don't stand by, stand up. Don't engage in acts of sexual violence, and shut down the dirty jokes, the gossip, the victim blaming and shaming. As a community, we can change the way we respond. Contact the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition to attend a workshop to learn more.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
A home that needs new everything. Plus the kitchen sink. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. With great rates on a home equity line of credit, we make tackling home projects less stressful. Visit affinityplus.org/rates to learn more today. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. We have families waiting for a car. Over 85% of unemployed are successful in finding and keeping a job if they have dependable transportation. A car plus a job equals a life changed. 612-919-5526. We have families waiting for a car. 919-5526 or autotech.org.
Do you have a vehicle you no longer need? Are you a little cash strapped? Rudy Luther Toyota will pay you for your used vehicle. It's really simple. Head to rudyluthertoyota.com, answer a few simple questions, and Rudy Luther Toyota will get you an instant offer. Then they will set up an appointment, and after a quick verification, they will handle all the paperwork and coordinate getting you your check. It's that simple. It's a fast way for you to get rid of the vehicle you no longer need, putting money in your hands. For more information, head to rudyluthertoyota.com. That's rudyluthertoyota.com.
Hi, this is Representative Sharice Davids from Kansas. I'm Ho Chunk, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Native American Community Clinic on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis, honoring health and tradition.
Yes, they do, and I love that tagline. Hey, we are here with Dr. Stately, and it's been a long time. A lot of things have happened in the last couple of weeks that we took off, and I know, December 26th anniversary of the hanging of the 38+2 in Mankato. I made it down there. I try to make it down there every year, and Wounded Knee, the tragic where the U.S. troops, December 29th, 1890, fired upon Native Americans, and it's leaving 200 dead. And we have a lot of history, but as Dr. Stately mentioned about his nephew, and I feel like he's our nephew, we have a lot of good things going on too.
Yeah. He's the community's nephew. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
So, makes me proud that he wants to work in the community. I think his grandmother would. She's dancing in heaven. Really excited about that.
That's huge.
Yeah. So, did you have a good Christmas or a good winter holiday break? I'm calling it winter solstice.
Well, it was interesting. One of my daughters, the actor, she got sick.
I saw
Christmas.
her.
You saw the play? Yeah.
I saw the play.
Yeah. It was really.
Oh, it was great. It was brilliant.
Yeah, Deanna, she was saying AI and these stories really helped her out because I went, this is an amazing play. And if people don't know what we're talking about, my weehaw, Jaleesa McKee, my oldest daughter, was in a radio show turned podcast later on with 9 acts, and I saw it, or 10 acts, and I saw both nights, and amazing crew, and I just loved it.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was just wonderful. I didn't have a date to go on that last night it was showing. I went by myself, and it was amazing. I had a great time. Bar a couple of little snafus where I had to I had to be a little bit of a native auntie to the person that was sitting next to me. Tell them to be quiet. Just kidding. No. But
nice.
I had an elder moment where I just kind of did this thing they got the word. It was a white lady. So, but Blood Quantum Physics, that was an amazing play, and I was so happy to be there. And I remember Brianna Yazzie introduced, she's the artistic director for New Native Theater. She starts out by telling people we're recording this for our podcast, and it's gonna be in 10 parts, and she was saying, and we want you to laugh, and we want you to participate, and we want you to so I of course I took poetic justice from that direction. I was laughing, and I was making commentary.
Oh,
I probably went a little overboard, but they could just edit me right out. So anyway, but it was really amazing. So, yeah,
high quality, and we really get it.
Oh my God, amazing!
And I say this every time. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I don't know. I got to stop saying that. This is a high quality theater troupe.
Yes, of course. Why are you your daughter's in it? Why are you you're surprised about that, or? That she outshines you, or what? I don't know what you were surprised about.
At this age, I'm surprised to find the theater. That's probably it.
Yeah.
I think it is really amazing. You know what? I paid. So this is how salty I am about theater right now. So I paid I think $400 for tickets to go see the Book of Mormon. I think it was the week before that, or it was the week. Yeah, it was the week before it. And no, it was the night after. So I went to your daughter's production, Blood Quantum
Mm-hmm.
Physics, the night before on Friday, and then I went to Book of Mormon on Saturday. And I paid, $35 to see Book of the community theater thing, Blood Quantum, and then I paid $400 to go see Book of Mormon, and I was like unimpressed with Book of Mormon, actually, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually really shocked and surprised. It was like a Broadway production, and I was like, meh. I'm like, I'm going to spend my money in the community from now on. I'm going to invest in native humor, because that was a really well done show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they always are. Yeah.
Yeah, they always are. And I think the month before that, I saw the one about the kid one, the young one.
Yeah.
What was it called? The Wanderers, or no, not the Wanderers.
One.
Oh, the superhero.
Yeah.
Superhero one.
Yeah, the superhero one, which was amazing, right? It was really good.
Yeah.
It was such a great production. Had a great time, and in fact, actually, at the end of the show, I had this conversation with Rihanna, and I was like, I think your next superhero show should involve elder superheroes.
A radio.
Yeah, a radio show. The elder superheroes.
Yeah.
Named Robert and Dr. Staley. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Probably Dr. Stately first. Oh, no, that's right. I'm older than you.
It'll always be, too, just so you know.
Oh, jeez. Well, just to change the subject just a little bit, when we're in New York, which we spend a lot of time in New York, we only go now to off-Broadway plays.
Yeah, I think I'll probably be doing the same thing, because I just was like so disappointed.
The quality's there, and the tickets are reasonable, and these people are doing it for the love of it. They're not doing it.
Yeah. And I remembered, so I was, I'm not saying this to brag, but they had reached out to me to see if I would be in that production. And so here's the thing that I was really salty about it. The reason I said I couldn't do it was because I would miss that Saturday night that I had to do the Book of Mormon. And I was sitting there in the Book of the Mormon watching the show, and they had moments where it was okay. And I was like, some of it was a little off color. Like you could tell, okay, this play was written way before 2020 and way before George Floyd's murder. And, some of it was just we're at a different place now as a society around what's tenable in terms of, humor or, comments we make about people of color. And I was like, this is just off color. And I was not having a good time. And I was salty that I had given up not being in that performance, not committing to doing that, not being able to see the second half of it, because I saw the first half, I didn't see the second half. And I was like, and I was pissed I spent $400. And I was like,
yeah.
Anyway, am I allowed to say pissed on the radio? I think I am. Yeah.
I don't know. Patrick will beep it out if you don't. He listens to the show. Like some producers, not Patrick and not Haley
or
doesn't
Brett.
listen. Haley doesn't listen to the show. No,
I don't.
Brett or people listen to the show and they'll beep you out real easy.
Yeah, but I found that production really inspiring, and I thought, you know what? I used to be a creative writer. I think I probably could come up with something. So I think I'm gonna try to give it a shot.
Well,
at some point, not right away, not like tomorrow or next week. But
it's interesting. I don't know if Rihanna plays the fishing game, but she told me the exact same thing. She wanted me in this play.
I think there were roles that you probably would have had the perfect voice for one of them, and then she had written. I've known Deanna forever. I knew her dad and her mom. We were all kind of young. We all grew up together on the Ave many, many years ago. And Deanna and I have our own little relationship. But she's a remarkable young woman. I think of her as a daughter, as a niece daughter, and I just, and so she said, what they said to me was Rihanna says, there's a part in here that I think is written sort of kind of, that was inspired a little bit by you. And I was like, what's their name? Dr. Sagewell or something like that. And I was like, oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord.
Sage
I
well.
said, well, thank God that they didn't name him Dr. Longwin, which is what my staff call me because I talk forever and ever.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what did they talk about the colon? I can't remember. Was that brought up in this?
Oh, the rolling colon, maybe. Yeah, like
Yeah.
everybody knows how much I love that colon. If I had to love a colon, it might as well be that one. But yeah, no, it's just hysterical, like that. You find those opportunities, those moments when you sort of see reflections of yourself. I felt that way about that one play that happened at the about the Franklin Avenue, and about the
Oh,
clinic.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
the wrecking ball comes through the clinic wall, I was like, hey, this is just a little too close to home. And then got water all over myself because I was in the second row. I was like,
Oh.
I was like, yeah, this is just a little too close to home here. Are they poking fun at my clinic? But
Yeah.
I'll give them the end. So.
Well, it's good that they are poking fun because it's so well known, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
like
you know
an
what? Oh, for sure. And my mother used to tell me, she worked in the community for a really long time. She was like, she said, I remember her telling me one time, she goes, worry when they stop talking about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm a little worried right now with my other job, but hey, that's another story and another show. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I talk about you all the time, by the way. So, you're getting a
Oh,
lot of
really?
publicity free on the avenue anyway, at least.
I got some juice going on, as Wendy Hogan would say. Hey, Dr. Stately, thanks for starting out the good new year with
Absolutely.
us, and congratulations. And really, Big Peony Gigi, the show wouldn't be what it is without great guests like you, and I mean that sincerely.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love being here. So happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
Hey, who we got next there, Haley?
Hey, we're going to have Rayette Peltier from the American Indian Family Center join us.
We'll be right back. Native Roots Radio. Minnesota has the only original wolf population in the continental United States.
And 80% of Minnesotans believe the wolf should be protected.
Howling for Wolves is asking Minnesotans to respect our true wildlife manager, the wolf.
Their survival is critical to our ecosystems, our communities, and even our economy.
As highly intelligent animals with strong social bonds, Minnesota wolves deserve to be protected and admired.
Learn more at howlingforwolves.org. Let's live and let howl.
Minnesotans are hardy. We don't let snow or ice get in our way. We have places to go, so making sure your vehicle is in prime shape for winter driving is so important. Take your vehicle to Rudy Luther Toyota for all your service needs. I was just there. I got my oil and filters replaced, and they did a complete safety check to make sure my vehicle can tackle winter. And they service all makes and models of vehicles. Head to RudyLutherToyota.com and use their super easy Toyota service schedule to set up your service appointment today. Rudy Luther Toyota on the southeast corner of 394 and 169 in Golden Valley.
You may not think of it, but winter is a great time to take care of those exterior home projects. This is Chad, owner of AM 950 for Snap Construction. Most people wait until the warmer months for their exterior home projects, but labor costs are actually lowest in the winter. And that's true for the contractor I trust, Snap Construction. Arguably the most well-reviewed exterior contractor and insulation contractor in the metro. Are you noticing ice dams on your house? Or is your furnace constantly running and you're still not comfortable? In addition to your exterior home projects, winter is also a great time to get your insulation checked with a free energy audit from Snap Construction. The average cost to upgrade your insulation is oftentimes less than a new furnace. Plus, there are rebates available from your energy provider when you upgrade your insulation. As always, Snap Construction stands by their work with a lifetime craftsmanship warranty. So don't wait for prices to rise in the warmer months. Get a free estimate now by calling 612-333-SNAP, 612-333-SNAP, or go to snapconstruction.com.
Spring and summer is the right time to install your fireplace. Find your perfect fireplace and have it installed and ready before the cold weather hits again. If you already have a wood fireplace, consider a fireplace insert or check out the entire selection at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces on East Franklin and Riverside in Minneapolis. It will transform your inefficient fireplace into a reliable, environmentally smart heating system.
This is Peter Solak, owner of Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces. Have you ever watched your dog or cat curl up in front of a fire? It's primordial. The the way it touches both the animal and the human. We know that fire reaches deep into the heart and soul. Let us show you how. We have over 35 working units on display here in Minneapolis. We are located at the east end of Riverside Avenue at 2901 East Franklin. From I-94, take the Riverside Avenue exit. Find us also online at woodlandstoves.com. Let us help you make a fireplace part of your life.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
Hi, this is Frank Brown of Minuteman Press Uptown with a question for our local leaders. How do you reward your employees? How do you appreciate your business partners? Thousands of local organizations just like yours count on Minuteman Uptown for promotional products. We craft custom awards and plaques. We print your logo on apparel, office supplies, and thousands of other items. Minuteman Uptown helps you reward employees and stay top of mind with customers and vendors. We print everything. Contact us today at mpuptown.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 7, then clearing skies on Tuesday with a high of 18. The music is still the hottest at Crooner's Supper Club in Fridley. Crooner's is located just north of I-694 off Highway 65 and Moore Lake Drive. View their upcoming music schedules and food menus at croonersloungemn.com.
AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh, this is Dallas Goldtooth, and you're listening to the Native Roots Radio. Hoka, hicha, wecha.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Native American Community Development Institute, or NACD, in Minneapolis.
Hey, we have our friend Rayette Peltier, a marketing and communication specialist at American Indian Family Center here in St. Paul. And I want to wish you a happy new year and welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, bonjour. Happy New Year. Thank you for having me.
Hey, let's let our listeners know a little bit, introduce yourself and talk a little bit about what we'd like to call AIFC here on Native Roots Radio.
Sure, yeah. Bonjour, Nindawe, Maganadug, Hamatakiapi, Rayette Indigenica, Jaganashimong, Rayette Makiapi. Hello, my relatives. My name is Rayette Peltier, and I work at the American Indian Family Center in St. Paul, in Manijashka, Ashkabugajibing. I actually will be celebrating my 3 years there on the 10th, which is a few days from now. So, woohoo!
Yay!
Thank you, Miigwech. I'm the marketing and communication specialist. I actually grew up here in the Twin Cities, in St. Paul on the east side. I attended some of the programming a few times as a youth at the American Indian Family Center. So it's really fun to come full circle and come back and be part of the other side instead of a participant, but be working at AIFC. And let's see here. Oh, another thing. Yes, I'm what you would call a city Indian. Or urban Indian. I grew up in the cities, like I said, but I'm enrolled at Turtle Mountain, and then I'm also a Prairie Island Tintawita descendant and a Leech Lake descendant. Oh, wow. So I'm intertribal.
Yeah, when they call out intertribal, that's your middle name. I was waiting for you to say you were a Ho-Chunk or Winnebago. Oh.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, where is the family center located so our listeners kind of know?
Yeah, so the American Indian Family Center is located on the east side of St. Paul off of Payne Avenue. We're on Wells Street, and we're kind of tucked away between Payne Avenue and Edgerton over in that area. We're a small building, but we pack a lot in there. So a lot of people, it's like deceiving when people go there and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a lot bigger than I thought than it looks on the outside.
Yeah, definitely. I know, and the lower floor too is maximized use. I've been there many times over the years. Hey, where did you go to high school?
I went to high school at Henry Sibley, which
Oh,
that's what it was known as formerly. It's now
mhm.
known as Two Rivers High School. So it's really good to know that they finally changed the name.
Yeah, it's amazing too. I went to Ramsey Junior High, and now that's called Hidden River
Okay.
Junior High in Paul,
Hmm,
which is really cool. The students made that happen.
nice.
Yeah, that's
Well,
great.
I'm glad you didn't go to Harding because I taught there for 30 years, and I'm going, "Geez, I don't remember Rayette at Harding," but I'm glad you
That would be
Mom.
embarrassing for
Yes. I've been embarrassed before, though. Hey, talk a little bit about the resources at, uh, at the American Indian Family Center. There are so many, and I know, it's everywhere from tutoring to helping parents, and, let's talk a little bit about what goes on there.
Yeah, I think you had my colleague Jessica Gorno. She's also a turtle mountaineer on a few weeks
Oh, what?
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she touched on a lot about the different services. So we have youth services, we have employment services, housing services, recovery services. Um, did I family services? And I think am I missing one? I know now we have the Sacred Seven. So we are recently
Oh.
introducing and adding elder services. So right now, which
Mm.
is really exciting because that's really, really needed in our community, especially over at the Elders Lodge. So that's a relatively new service area. And we've been partnering a lot recently with the Elders Lodge over on Magnolia. So
Wow, Haley, you can jump in on that. We have,
Yeah.
my nanny, your Gaga there that goes there.
Yeah, so
oh,
thankful.
awesome.
My Gaga. Yeah, she loves it there at the Elders Lodge. And the only thing that I've heard residents wish for is more programming and more culturally specific services. So it's really great that the Family Center is offering that there.
Yeah. Yep, and I think I just remembered I accidentally forgot recovery services. So right now,
Mm.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have a wonderful outpatient women's only recovery services currently. And I think future dreaming would be outpatient treatment for men as well for our recovery services. And that is called Kunchi Onakan, which is grandmother's arms. And that's taken Kunchi, which is the Dakota word for grandmother. And then Onakan is arms in Anishinaabe Moen.
Oh, I like that.
Wow, that's exciting. So it's facilitated, so, the outpatient treatment's facilitated by you guys? So is that how that works? And
Yep.
if people
So
looking
yeah, so we have two treatment counselors, and one of them is Cheryl Whitehawk. The other one is
Oh,
Dawn
wow.
Altieri. Yeah, and then they do a lot of programming with the women. They have groups, and then one of our elders in residence, Nelda Goodman, she's also a recovery coach. So she does some programming with them as well and meets with the group, the women's group. They have it pretty much every day except on Thursdays, which I can talk a little bit more in a little bit about what we do at AIFC on Thursdays. Or I could
Yeah,
just do it
well,
now.
we could swing into what you guys are having up because I know Haley brings up, all the things that come up every week, and so it's great to have you on and talk about that because, you guys have it going on over there and a lot of great things.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We have lots of programming, a plethora. On Monday nights, we have our recurring men's smudge and support group facilitated by my brother, Nate Bordeaux. He is Oglala, And that is from 6 to 8 p.m., either at the Family Center or at iRoots. So we have a really cool Indigenous Roots. We have a really cool partnership with Indigenous Roots, which is also on the east side of St. Paul. So he alternates the location between AIFC, and then like tonight he's at Indigenous Roots, and then next Monday he'll be back at AIFC. And it's a really cool space for, those brothers and those men to come together and have a space just for them to smudge and, talk about, various topics. I don't really know what else they delve into because I don't identify as a fan, but I know they have a really good, turnout every week. And sometimes they have a guest like Paybama Benes, Dennis Jones. He's a First Nations spiritual leader, well known here in the community, and he'll come and have some teachings. And then, would you like me to continue? Because there's a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Really?
You do stuff daily, like Haley just said.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pretty much. On Tuesdays, we have our virtual Well-Anon, which is Native American Al-Anon. That is virtual via Zoom, and that is facilitated by our treatment counselor, one of our treatment counselors, Cheryl Whitehawk, and that is on Zoom, like I said, from 7 to 8 p.m. And all of our events can be found on our website, on our webpage at aifcmn.org /events, EVENTS /, and that's where you can also find the Zoom link for those recurring Tuesday Well-Anon meetings, which is really exciting. That's kind of another way that I got reconnected to the American Indian Family Center is visiting with Cheryl and finding those meetings, because it's not unprecedented, unfortunately, for a lot of us to have experience with loved ones that, have substance use disorder.
Right. And the Al-Anon program is specifically for the person going there and not a place to complain about the addict, but to heal yourself.
Exactly. Yep. Do I have more time to share some other events?
Yes. We got here, Haley.
About a minute and a half.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
ready?
All right. Another new up and coming exciting event that we started a little bit towards the end of last year is our Wednesday community nights. And that's from 6 to 8 at the American Indian Magnet School in St. Paul. And it's really cool. They have drum and dance. They have a sewing and beading society, so you can go there, get your craft on. They have a family talking circle. And all of this is in collaboration with Undayung, us, the American Indian Family Center, St. Paul Public Schools Indian Education Program, and AIMS, of course. So that one is really cool. That will be on Wednesdays, and they do that bi-weekly.
Wow, I'm gonna have to get out there for that. Well, we
Yeah.
got 10 seconds. Let's say the website so people can log in on there and find out all the events again.
Yes, there's more events coming up. We have Sweat as well, Youth Sweat this Thursday. And that website again is www.aifcmn.org /events.
Wow, thank you so much for coming on, Rayette. Rayette Peltier, you are a good one. Thank you very much for coming on.
Miigwech, Wopira, Pinagigi for having me.
Right on. Hey, we'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio.
A home that needs new everything. Plus the kitchen sink. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier. With great rates on a home equity line of credit, we make tackling home projects less stressful. Visit affinityplus.org/rates to learn more today. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Philip Antony, host of the Downright Upright Show, airing right here on AM 950 radio, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Join me as I dive into captivating conversations with people from all walks of life. As a proud member of the LGBTQ community, I celebrate diversity and beyond with unique stories that make us fantabulous. Please join me every Saturday at 5 p.m. or wherever you listen to podcasts.
8 years ago, over 100,000 Minnesotans marched to the state capitol, standing together to defend women's rights, immigrants' rights, queer rights, and justice for all. Now, as our freedoms face new threats under an incoming administration built on oppression and divisiveness, it's time to stand together again. Join the People's March on January 18th at the Minnesota State Capitol. Together, we'll send a clear and unmistakable message. We will not go back. Building on the legacy of the Women's March Minnesota, this year's event will include a march to the Capitol and a rally. You'll connect with Minnesota organizations working to protect our rights. These organizations need your support, not just now, but over the next 4 years and beyond. The weather may be cold, but our commitment is unbreakable. The stakes are too high to stay silent. Let's show the strength of our voices as we fight for Minnesota's future. Again, that's the People's March on Saturday, January 18th at the state capitol. Details at womensmarchmn.com.
This is Leonard Peltier. I'm in Coleman 1 U.S. Penitentiary, and I'm listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Howling for Wolves, protecting wolves for future generations.
Well, this has been fun getting back on the air, Haley.
I know. It's felt like a whole year.
Oh, you wanted to say that.
I did. I've said it twice. Yeah.
I got that. Well, hey, lot going on. I just want to, before we get any further, I just read this in our chat, Haley, that it's Patrick's 5th year being a producer at the mother station in Prairie Island.
Eden Prairie.
Eden Prairie, wherever he
Close.
is. Yeah, somewhere in Minnesota, Patrick is with the big antenna, and we just want to say a big peeny gigi. Patrick, thank you so much for all you've done for us and the great job you do for us, Patrick.
Yeah, and all the work that you do for AM 950. It's been really fun.
Should I pretend I'm Patrick and do his voice? Go, you're welcome. No, Patrick, are you there?
Just kidding. Well,
you stopped listening to the show an hour ago. But yeah, we really appreciate Patrick and being on. And one of the things last night, I always like watching the Golden Globe, so I was going back and forth and recorded it, and we didn't mention the Vikings loss, which is good, and we didn't mention the Packers loss, which I wish we would have. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, we're all over civic media too, so we're on 30 stations in Wisconsin, so we got to be nice, play nice, right?
Yeah, that border battle can get intense.
Yeah, well, might end up playing them in the playoffs, so. But yeah, you Jodie Foster won a Golden Globe last night for True Detective.
I know, yeah, and I kind of wanted to bring this up. I didn't even know that the Golden Globes were on. I was so focused on schooling for my Vikings, but yeah, I wanted to bring it up. Jodie Foster's, she accepted her Golden Globe for Best Female Actor in a limited series in True Detective last night. Jodie filmed in Alaska and Iceland a few years ago for this series, and she had a lot of guidance and support with many Native Alaskan leaders, artists, and consultants. The series True Detective Night Country shined a light on Inupiat Alaskan people, their culture, and issues, including awareness for the crisis of violence against Indigenous women. Foster said on stage while accepting her award that she especially thanks the Indigenous people that shared their stories. They changed her life, and she hopes that they'll change others.
Yeah, we have a local actor that was on there too, and it's really cool to see that. And I do believe, if I can think of her name right off the top of the head, maybe I would be dangerous, I guess, if I could do that. But I can look under my photos here because I know I saw her at a play, and of course, every chance I get, especially you don't even know this, Haley, but I really used to be the selfie king of the
I
world.
know. That's what they called you.
Haven't been like that in a long time.
Well, while you look up her name, I want to talk about this because I wanted to bring up the MMIR thing
Yes.
with the Jodie Foster thing because of this. And I was reading earlier, this was posted that today, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that he will resign as party leader and Prime Minister. And Indigenous TV put out a post via Instagram, and Trudeau's government advanced Indigenous rights through historic funding, clean water initiatives, and MMIWG, which is Canada's Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. He addressed the root causes that sustain violence against Indigenous relatives, including Two-Spirit and gender diverse people. But despite Trudeau's work in these areas, he faced criticism for slow progress and unmet promises. I also saw earlier that the tribal chair of Boys Fort Band of Chippewa Indians here in Minnesota, Kathy Shavers, also announced that she will step down.
Interesting. I don't know enough to have an opinion on that, but that's massive that
Yeah.
he resigned.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know a lot of our relatives don't like him too, so
hmm
it's very interesting that all shook out.
Did you find the name of the
No, but I
actor?
found the picture with Jaleesa and her, but of course I didn't tag her. Maybe got untagged. So let's move on.
Okay, well, congrats, Jodie Foster, and thank you for working with Indigenous people in Alaska and hearing their stories and portraying that.
Yeah, I can look it up in IDM here too as
Yeah.
we're talking.
Well, tomorrow I want to get this out. It's a big thing going on in St. Paul tomorrow, Tuesday, January 7th at 10 a.m. Please join us to speak against the Magellan Pipeline Project and protect the sacred pipestone quarries. We'll be meeting at 10 a.m. tomorrow in St. Paul. The address is 1217th Place East, Suite 350 in St. Paul. Yeah, come have your voice heard. Protect the land.
Wow, good call. Good call.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were posting that around the community, so I just wanted to do a mass shout out on it, and hopefully we see a lot of people there. And we know the pipestone quarries have a very sacred story behind them and have a lot of meaning to different tribes in the area. So it's more than just protecting the land.
Absolutely. Hey, so Isabella Starr LeBlanc was the actor from St. Paul, and
Yes.
she's a Assistant Dakota tribal member, and she's was born in St. Paul. Oh, wow, and went to
Awesome.
St. Paul Academy. And yeah, she was on the Stepping Stone Theater. That was her first gig, and the Jungle Theater and Shakespeare Theater Company.
Mm.
So yeah, she's been
Did you
in
watch any of that True Detective
Yeah,
series with Jodie?
I did, and I saw her on it too, and I
Oh.
saw a couple episodes, and I definitely gonna go revisit that. It's funny because Wendy and I do we watch TV together at night, and that's not her jam, so I have to
No.
wait until she's asleep or I'm asleep or something to watch what I'm
I'll have to catch that one too. I knew that they had Indigenous actors in it, but I don't know. I've been kind of behind on my TV series and watching TV.
Well, that's good. You've been beading. And I'll tell you, interesting thing about today's show, I feel like I should be going over there Wednesday and learn how to bead.
Oh, with the Family Center in St. Paul?
Yeah. Well, and
know.
they're doing it at AIM, American Indian Magnet School. So
Yeah. And I know you can bring your own crafts and stuff to work on, but if you need any resources, they have all of that there for you.
Well, you know what I'm going to bring is that big needle and a baseball cap, and I'll bring all my my colored beads and have them help me with that.
Yeah,
You
get
did
some
a great
teaching
job.
in.
You
Oh,
did.
I could help you. It's been fun. It's been easy.
Maybe we-
Well, I'm so thankful for people in the community willing to teach other members these things.
That's
And
huge.
Yeah.
Well, maybe what we can do is after a show on Native Roots Radio, we can keep on going on live on StreamYard here on YouTube and Facebook, and you can show everybody how to bead.
Oh, yeah. A little beading tutorial live on Native Roots Radio.
Yeah.
The very first tutorial, because I'm still learning.
Oh, well, you did a great job. And you never answered my question on Facebook. Would that hat fit me? Is what
Oh, we might, have to stretch it out a little. I don't know. I'm sure I could make you one.
Right
if you
on.
ask nice.
Oh, well, I still have that certificate. We got to go out to lunch for my birthday.
That's true.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Haley. And thank you to the guests, Dr. Stately and Rayette Peltier. Thank you so much. We're still here. We are the 7th generation. This is Native Roots Radio.
And free Leonard Peltier now.
Thanks.